There's more to the story
I
than
really
that.
appreciate all your hard work. It appears my impression about you was right. I knew that you would come through and bring closure to this incident.
But
Yeah, but the army took off with all the glory.
pretty much.
So, I don't know if we could exactly say that we solved the case.
No, that's not true. If you hadn't been there, I don't know if the army's raid would have been so successful. Backed into a corner as they were, the Sky Bandits may very well have harmed the hostages.
Agreed. Everything worked out because you infiltrated their hideout and took them out ahead of time. You should be proud of what you've done.
You really think so?
Nah.
It's true that the hostages were freed and the Sky Bandits arrested. But it's a bit vexing to know that there are still some unanswered questions left.
Yeah, well.
The men who appeared at the Valeria Lake shore, and the mystifying attitude of the leader of the Sky Bandits. I think we should consider that there's a lot behind this incident that we don't know about.
Oh, you have no idea, sir.
Well, I guess we'll have to leave that part up to the Royal Army to figure out. With all the culprits being detained by them, there's really not much left we can do.
Football style.
Anyway, we should just be glad that all the hostages came back safe. Thanks to the news about the arrest of the Sky Bandits, things are returning to normal here in town.
That's good. It's good to be normal.
As a token of my thanks, I've added a bit of a bonus to your reward.
Ooh, bonus! Welcome to bonus round.
Really, are you okay with that?
Of course I am. I'd like to thank you too, Olivier.
Ha! I just hope that my work was worth the price of that grand Chardonnay.
Yes, in fact, there was change to spare.
Cool. He helped out.
I hope you all have a wonderful day. And if anything else comes up, I'd greatly appreciate your help again.
He may not be a bracer, but he helped out.
Good day.
No problem, bruv.
Wow, nice that someone appreciates us.
I'm sure that if the incident had gone on any longer, it would have caused much more confusion. It's probably only natural that the mayor is as happy as she is.
Now I'm starting to feel all giddy inside.
Cool.
I don't think a bracer could be any more happy knowing that her work helped out a bunch of other people.
If you say so.
I heard Stephen Hasty likes feeling all giddy.
But I think it's safe to say that you're no longer greenhorns. Honestly, the two of you really surprised me this time.
We're no longer greenhorns. How cool are we?
You think so?
At any rate, please accept your assessment and pay for clearing up the incident.
Incident style. Receive payment for South Block burglary. 8,000 Mira, 10 BP. Rank advancement to Junior Bracer 5th class. They get Haze Quartz. Cool.
Here's the pay the mayor was talking about. It's a very, very nice sum. And this is from me.
We got our next recommendation.
Isn't this a recommendation from the Bose branch?
Indeed it is. 2 down, 3 to go.
Is it alright to give this to us so soon?
Of course! It would be downright rude of me not to recommend you after resolving such a big incident. Please accept it.
Thank you, Lugran.
We'll work hard so that we don't bring any embarrassment on this recommendation.
Great work, you two. I'm sure your father would be extremely pleased if he heard the news.
Sure he would.
Sure.
Wherever he may be.
You're probably right.
I wonder what on earth Cassius could be doing right now.
Probably hanging out somewhere. Playing some Sega Genesis. That'd be my guess.
Not contacting the guild is one thing, but not contacting his family is a completely different matter.
Yeah, it's definitely not like him. After he suddenly disembarked from the airliner in Bose, I wonder where he could have gone.
Excuse me, please.
Uh-oh. Oh, what?
Aren't you the receptionist from the landing port? What's the matter?
You see, we recovered some of the cargo stolen by the Sky Bandits.
It's Receptionist Ted.
And among some of the pieces were a number of parcels addressed to the Bracers Guild.
Uh-oh.
So, I'm here to deliver one of them today.
I appreciate you doing that. But wait a minute. Why is there something addressed to this branch when the airliner left Bose to begin with?
That's a good question.
It's actually addressed to the Roland branch.
Oh.
But aren't Cassius Bright's family members here?
What?
That's us, but
Oh, perfect. We contacted the Roland branch and they said you could come here. Here you are. This is the parcel.
As for us, Estelle was given both the letter and parcel.
This letter. Yep, it's in Dad's handwriting.
Ooh,
It's addressed to Joshua and I at the Roland branch.
cool.
it seems as if he just scribbled it out before he got off the airliner. I guess Dad did intend on getting in contact with us after all.
Looks like it.
Oh,
Well, that's good to hear. So that parcel is from your dad too?
no. This one looks like it was sent to my dad by someone else. Huh, that's odd.
Yeah, the sender hasn't written their name anywhere.
Okay, my business here is done, so I'll be on my way. Oh, and one other thing. Good job helping arrest those Sky Bandits.
Monocross style.
You bracers sure do excellent work.
And to think that a clue about your father would be mixed in with the airliner's cargo. Feel free to use the lounge upstairs to read his letter, if you'd like.
Thanks, Lugran.
Ah, well then, let's have a look at the contents, shall we?
Do you mind telling me what you're still doing here?
It's just plain and simple curiosity, that's all. Why did your father disembark the airliner prior to its departure? Were I forced to wait around for an answer, the question would stick in my mind so I'd never be able to sleep at night.
And you're telling me this because...
Oh, how heartless and cruel can you be to a companion who has traveled alongside you? And just who is it you have to thank for being able to infiltrate the Sky Bandits' hideout, I wonder?
All right, already.
You can be a rather obnoxious fellow, I hope you know.
I guess we don't have much of a choice. However, depending on the content, we may have to ask you to leave, okay?
Huh, of course. I understand.
All right, let's see what he has to say.
Still started by cutting the letter seal.
Dear Estelle and Joshua, I'm sure you're probably about finished with the jobs I left for you, right?
We're far beyond that, sir.
I'm also sure there are many things you'll have trouble with in the beginning, but take each one step at a time. I know you both can succeed. Anyway, it turns out that I've had a little trouble with my own work. And unfortunately, it looks like I won't be able to make it home for quite some time. Please don't expect my return until after the Queen's birthday celebration. I'm really sorry that things turned out like they did, but you should be grown up enough not to be lonely while I'm away. So until I get back, I'll leave it up to the both of you to decide how you want to live. You're free to continue working in Roland, or you're free to pursue qualifying as a senior bracer. Your 16th year is a vintage time in your life, so make sure not to waste it.
I heard Stephen Hasty wasted his 16th year. That's what I heard.
Please give my regards to Sherazard and Aina. Cassius Bright.
That seems like the type of letter your father would write. It touches lightly on things, but it's full of consideration toward the both of you.
Yeah.
It looks that way.
The Queen's birthday celebration, is it? From what I've heard, that's still a ways off.
Yep, it's about 2 or 3 months away. Which means this would be the perfect time to take a small trip. I really wonder where your father is and what he's up to.
Forget about that, and let's focus on what's in that package.
You said package.
With an unknown sender, there's bound to be something interesting inside.
To be honest, I'm pretty curious myself. But we shouldn't be opening things that are addressed to my dad.
Why don't you think of it this way? It was a package delivered by an unknown sender about the time your father disappeared. The two might be related, you know.
Could be.
That's true.
Olivier, don't coax Estelle into doing something to satisfy your own curiosity.
Nah.
Actually, though, Olivier does have a good point. Instead of leaving it until our dad comes home, it might be worth looking into.
Might be.
Okay, let's check it out.
Let's do it, man. Still open the parcel from the unknown sender. Inside was a shiny black hemispherical device. Also enclosed was a single memo with the item.
What's this supposed to be?
Unknown.
It's an orbment, although I'm not sure what it's used for. Let's see what the memo says.
I was able to secure the item the aforesaid group was carrying, so please take care of it.
Group.
Please ask Professor R to do an analysis of it when you find an opportunity. Signed, K.
Professor R and K.
That's it?
That didn't sound suspicious or anything.
Yep, it looks like the sender didn't write anything else. Shara, do you have any idea who K or Professor R might be?
I hate to say this, but I don't have a clue for either. Your father's pretty well known, so there's a possibility these people could be foreigners too.
Indeed.
If this is the only thing we've got to go on, then honestly, I'm about ready to throw in the towel.
She's gonna quit like Vegastar.
What the heck is this black orb mint anyway?
It's a vibrator, I swear.
From the shape alone, it doesn't look like anything intended for general use. Although it feels a little similar to a battle orbment.
Even so, it's still quite different. A normal battle orbment has slots in which to install quartz. But this one has none. Maybe this one is an artifact.
An artifact?
Precisely. An artifact is an orbment created by an ancient civilization. Artifacts are the models for all orbments produced today. They're still occasionally discovered in ruins, and for the most part, the Septient Church has custody over them. They're a type of antique, so to speak.
That rhymed.
But this one doesn't appear to be that old. It looks to me like it was made recently.
You're right about that. However, this one almost seems like a black market item.
Jeez, now look what's happened because of my good-for-nothing dad.
Daddy style.
Doesn't he know that we're all worried about him?
Estelle.
Now, he's getting some sketchy item from an unknown sender. What in the world has my dad gotten himself into this time?
Who knows? He's been hanging out with the wrong crowd.
Estelle.
You know, Estelle, I've been thinking. How about we continue our journey?
Huh?
Joshua?
That's what Dad wrote in his letter, right? He said, or you're free to pursue qualifying as a senior bracer.
Yeah, he did say that, but...
We've already managed to get recommendations from Roland and Bose, right? All that's left are Ruan, Zeiss, and Gronsel. Only those 3.
We're going to Ruan next.
If we do jobs as we travel around to these other regions, we just might hear something about where Dad is or what he's doing.
Dude.
I think we're just worrying ourselves for nothing, considering Dad's skills. And there's also the possibility that he may have even traveled abroad.
True that.
But I think getting off our own duffs is a lot better than just sitting around and waiting. And we just might be able to find this Professor R, too.
You know, because waiting sucks. I hate waiting. It's a bunch of bullshit.
Joshua?
What?
You're a genius!
Estelle? What are you talking about?
This is like killing 2 birds with 1 stone, or maybe even 10. Sometimes I hate you for being so smart.
Ew.
So, should I consider that a yes?
Oh, is it ever? Yes, yes, triple yes. Training to be senior bracers as we travel around Liberal. And exposing what that no-good middle-aged man has been doing in the process.
I think you're somehow missing the point.
It looks like she's back to her old self.
Haha! Well, I guess that's settled then.
I heard Lancer's a no-good middle-aged man.
Well, take care. I'm going to head back to Roland now. That said, I'm still a little worried about you 2. Are you sure you don't want me to come along?
She's not coming with us.
Give it a rest, Shara. We'll be fine. The whole reason we're going on this trip is to become senior bracers. You wouldn't be training anymore if you came with us.
And if you didn't go back, the Roland branch would have a hard time managing things. Don't worry about us. We'll figure out a way to get things done.
You'll figure it out, man.
Well, if you insist. It's pretty rare for someone your age to be aiming for senior bracer status, so don't overdo it. And if you run into any trouble, contact the Roland branch, you got it? I'll come running no matter where you are.
Sure. Thanks, Shara. And the same goes for you. Don't get yourself too liquored up.
Nah.
That's the only thing I'm worried about.
Carcala went live.
All right. I'll watch the number of drinks.
Ah! Never fear, dear children. You can count on me to protect fair Shara.
And why are you headed to Roland? Not to mention with Shara.
That's because I've tasted all there is to taste of the local dishes here in Bose. And I thought it was about time I turned my attentions toward another region. As for Roland's cuisine, I've heard the produce is just to die for, so that's what I'm looking forward to next.
That's pretty much it. He says he wants me to introduce him to a nice restaurant and some lovely vegetables, or some such nonsense.
Ew.
Since he's so persistent, I only agreed to him coming along under the condition that he goes drinking with me at the bar.
There you go.
We'll never see him alive again.
Nope. He's done for.
Olivier, I really hope you understand what you've promised her.
Ha! I could die for the likes of fine women and food. Part of me longs to be by your side as you continue your journey, Joshua. But after many agonizing hours of consideration, I've decided to accompany fair Scheherazade instead.
I think I'll be better off with you a safe distance away from me.
Without a doubt.
Well, have fun, but I'm warning you. Don't you dare make any trouble in Roland. You hear me? And here's another piece of advice. When Shara's at the bar, watch out. That's when the gloves come off. I'm seriously not joking when I say you should beware.
How dare you speak to your mentor like that, Estelle? And besides, Ina's coming along too.
Yeah, and she's even worse than you.
The gloves come off, huh? Is that, perchance, what you and Estelle were talking about before?
Yes, Estelle said it best, though. It was nice knowing you.
Yes, it was a pleasure. Eh?
Ding
The
dong!
bound airliner will be departing shortly. All passengers, please board the airship now.
Well, Oli boy, it looks like it's time for us to leave. Come on now, we'd better hurry and get on.
Shara, wait, can we talk this over? I'd really appreciate it if I had just a little more time to think things through.
Surely you're not getting cold feet already. If you consider yourself a man, then quit acting like a ninny.
I heard Stephen Hasty acts like a ninny.
Nick!
Defeated.
See you later, Shara! Give our regards to everyone in Roland!
Have a wonderful trip, you two!
Do, 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 do. Boo, 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 boo. And they're off. They're off to the races. And that concludes Chapter 1, Disappearance of the Lin. Do, 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 do. Alright. So I suppose we'll call it a shorter stream today. I'm gonna go make me some lunch. So thanks everyone for stopping by. And I shall see y'all next time. That's it.
Yes, yes, just so.